Hello guys, King Salamander here, back with another video. Today we will be reacting and breaking down the results of the fight night Nicolau versus Perez, the whole card. No, not the whole card exactly, because there was a little bit of a mix-up. Now, I am not American, so I was trying to translate the American time to GMT, and I failed, so I missed the first three fights. I mean, what the hell does 6 p.m. ET mean? What is ET? I never heard that before. Yeah, watching UFC is pain for non-Americans. Um, so yeah, the least you can do for me is like and subscribe, please. The cut was Man versus Souza. Ladies fight, women MMA. Shout out to women MMA. Now, so as the fight started, you could see that Souza was a better fighter. She was faster. She outmuscled the man in the clinch, took her down at will, um, and she looked really good in round 1, 2, and 3. She didn't really slow down, whilst Man already started throwing labored slow strikes halfway through round 1. So yeah, Souza looked really nice mixing up the striking. Great performance. In round 3, Souza almost got the finish with a barrage of shots against the fence, but Man reversed position and got top position with a cool Kimura. Before Souza remembered, she's actually the man, and exploded out of it pretty easily. This was honestly a good fight. I give it a 6 out of 10. Souza won a unanimous decision, 30-27. And for rating the microphone skills of Souza, she had the GOAT translator, so she automatically gets a 10 out of 10. Now the next fight was Machado versus Mace. Heavyweight. Male heavyweight, of course. Until one day we get women heavyweights. That would be very nice. So yeah, I know what I was getting into with this one. Heavyweight fight, the UFC, unranked. Machado, honestly, I was kind of surprised because I had fun watching this one, honestly. I mean, early on, Mace was winning the boxing exchanges, looked honestly good and crisp. Machado was landing the leg kicks. At the end of the first round, there was a very nice knockdown for Mace with a right overhand. But nothing happened after it. Second round, wasn't really much going on. Mace was still looking pretty good, while clearly you can see both men slowly tiring, as heavyweights do. But the best moment of the fight, of the whole card maybe, was in round 2, when Mace was trying to jump over a low kick, but couldn't jump high enough with 200 something pounds, and yeah, he ate the leg kick mid-air. Peak UFC heavyweight moment right there. For that alone, I advise you rewatch the fight. Third fight, nothing was going on. Both were very tired. All the strikes were looking very labored. No more kicks because kicking gasses you out. So yeah. Last 10 seconds though, Holloway Gaethje style heavyweight edition. So there was some meme moments in this fight, honestly. But I give the fight a 5.5 out of 10. Not horrible for unranked heavyweights, honestly. I've seen way worse, even at ranked heavyweights. Microphone skills, 3 out of 10, because I instantly forgot what he said. Mace won, by the way. Now, next fight, Hubbard versus Figlak. So first round, Hubbard looked more dynamic. Few light shots here and there. Takedown for Hubbard, didn't do much of it. But then Figlak landed a good overhand right and strong leg kick. And after that point, everything Figlak threw just landed easily. It was more of a mental thing, I think. Now for the second round, Hubbard starts good again, light on his feet, but the power difference clearly for Figlak, who just walks him down for the most of the round. Nothing more to say about the second round, but definitely Hubbard landed a little bit more. Now for the third round, center of the octagon, stand and bang, it started like that, competitive. Each fighter had a little bit of control time over the fence, some nice scrambles on the ground, and just the fight sort of ended like that. Not the greatest fight. Would not recommend rewatching it, honestly. I give it a 4 out of 10. Hubbard won, 29-28 decision. Mic skills, exclamation mark out of 10 because no interview. The next fight, Rani Yahya versus Victor Henry. Weird fight, honestly. Yahya, definitely the oldest looking fighter in the UFC. First round, nothing much happened. Few grappling exchanges, few failed takedowns. Boring first round. Now for the second round, Henry knocks Yahya down. Yahya just, I think it was more exhaustion than the power of the strike, honestly, because Yahya got close to getting TKO'd, but he survived to the third round. where you could see more and more the exhaustion from Yaya. He shoots probably the weakest single leg I ever seen, gets stuffed, tries a leg lock, fails, and ends up taking some damage. Fight gets stood up again. Happened a lot of times throughout this fight. Um, Henry gets another knockdown. Yaya survives it, stands up again, and standing TKO, which is, I guess, kind of an honorable way to go. But Yaya looked bad, and honestly, even Victor Henry didn't look impressive at all. Yeah, not a great fight. I give it 5 out of 10. I do not recommend to rewatch it, honestly. Now, the next fight was Team Dirty Bird Means versus Euros Medic. My favorite nickname in the UFC, honestly. Dirty Bird. I really like it. um, the fight was looking alright for Team Means. He was doing a little bit of like light strikes, light leg kicks. He shoots for takedowns. Didn't really get any takedowns. I think he shot twice, didn't get them. Um, and after like 2 or 3 minutes, they were standing in the center, and out of nowhere, Medic just knocked him down with a perfect left uppercut. Pitch perfect. One follow-up punch on the ground, and Means looked to be out for a second. Stoppage. Very good stoppage. I give the stoppage 9 out of 10. Now the fight, I do recommend to rewatch. It was short and stocky, the way I like it. I give the fight 7 out of 10. Mic skills, 8 out of 10 for Urs Medic, honestly. I liked his post-fight interview. He was like, sometimes I look at my hands and I'm scared. That was really nice, a cool moment. Yeah, so next fight, Pierce versus Onam. Now, honestly, this was a banger fight. I really enjoyed it. So far in the night, it was the best fight. I mean, first and second round were mostly just wrestling. If you're a fan of wrestling, you will like this fight because it was always someone trying to advance position. It was never someone holding the other for a position. Many scrambles, many reversals. But when it was standing, the edge was clearly for Onama. Great jab. What a jab he has. Like so fast, it's almost invisible. But even in the ground, he surprised me because he scrambled a lot of times. He had, I mean, Pierce had back control, and Onama would just explode and take top position. I really liked Onama's performance. And the third round, it was mostly a standing fight in which Onama had the edge. And he could stuff actually some Pierce takedowns, and he hurt him many times in the stand-up, but credit to Pierce for staying in the fight. And last 10 seconds, another standing back, Holloway Gaethje style. I'm telling you, Holloway changed the sport forever with that UFC 300 moment. Now everybody want to do it. So Onama won the fight, 29-28, deserved win. The fight I rated 8 out of 10. I really recommend rewatching it. Great fight. Onama is such a fun fighter. I'm really fan of this guy. Every fight of his is just wild. Now the mic skills, sadly, he didn't really perform that much. He can improve on that because he can really become a future star. A little bit like Nate the Train, imagine a future rematch between the two. That first fight was wild. I really like Onama. I want to see more of him. Yeah, it was a very good fight. Probably the best in the card. Now moving on to the next fight. Diniz versus Austin Lane. Boring first round. Now the second round. Now second round started on the feet. They start slowly swinging and banging, nothing really impressive landed. Lane shoots a takedown, which Diniz stuffs, and Lane just like gets thrown on the ground for some reason, can't get up. I knew from there that he was almost done. Now after he woke up, after he stood up, sorry, they start swinging again, and Diniz was just slightly better. Nothing impressive, just slightly better striker. And he lands some good shots. One good left uppercut that started the ending sequence for Diniz. And Diniz just teed up on him there. And one more left uppercut, and Austin Lane just goes down face first into the canvas. Good finish, honestly, by Diniz. Fight wasn't very exciting, but I think Austin Lane doesn't have a good chin for heavyweight, honestly. Gets chinned very easily. Good win for Diniz, though. He has some things to improve, though, if he wants to go further. But who knows? It's heavyweight. Heavyweight is just a joke at this point. The fight, I give it, even though it was a finish, I give the whole fight like 2 out of 10. Honestly, very boring fight. So just rewatch the finish, guys. Now mic skills. Now immediately, it's a Brazilian trying to speak English, so already gets a lot of points for that. He looked to be a humorous person, and he had the Go translator, so he gets 11 out of 10 for the max skills. So yeah, the next fight was a women flyweight fight, Silva versus Lipski. So the first round, Silva took Lipski down, controlled her for the second round. So the second round was definitely Silva's round. She took Lipski down very quickly because Lipski just started the round swinging wildly with very bad arm punches. So the third round was almost the same story. Most of it was some like boring grappling exchanges, honestly, against the fence, and then Silva got another takedown on Lipski to secure that round too. Yeah, this was a very typical women MMA fight, let's be honest. Went to a decision, not really anything entertaining happening throughout it. And so yeah, Karine Silva wins unanimous decision. Now her microphone skills. She had the GOAT translator, so she gets 10 out of 10. Moving on to the co-main event, Reinspan versus Guskov. Okay, so the first round, the plan was clear for Reinspan. He almost immediately shot a takedown and controls Guskov for the rest of the round. He threatened a rear naked choke, but Guskov defended well, but lost the round definitely. No, second round. Second round, though, what a showing by Guskov. From the first hits landed, you could see the level of power this guy has. He was putting a span on skates with every shot landed. He got a first, like, half knockdown with the overhand right and follow up a left hook, but Span kind of came back to there. Span then landed some good shots on Guskov, but who had his hands down weirdly and didn't seem to feel it. And then the finishing sequence came. Guskov just demolished Span. He looks like he has some different kind of power, Guskov, and what a good win from him. He finishes number 11 rank Span. He will definitely break into the top 15 now. And, yeah, this guy is a problem, honestly. Great performance by him. I give this fight a solid 7 out of 10, especially the second round. Second round is a must watch, honestly. Great round of action, great finish. Now Guskov's mic skills. I give him 10 out of 10 for his mic skills. For a guy that doesn't even speak English as a first language, he looks like if he progresses a little bit in English, he is gonna make a star because he looked to be very fun on the mic, very natural. And yeah, even got a chuckle out of DC. So huge night for Guskov. And now we go to the main event. So the first round of the main event, both fighters started a little bit slow and plotty, trying to measure each other, to measure the distance. Perez landed more shots, but they were light shots. But when Nicolau landed, you could hear it through the screen. The power difference definitely belonged to Nicolau. Not much events happening in the first round. Arguable to score, but probably goes to Perez. Now, the second round. Now, the second round continued like the first. Perez throwing more, Nicolau throwing less, but with more power. He was trying to go for the big shots after, observing his opponent. It's his style of fighting. He stayed true to that. But it was surprising to me. Perez landed a big right hand on Nicolau. I wasn't sure that he was hurt, but after a few seconds, he was stepping back. Perez saw, Perez smelled the blood, and he went for the finish against the fence and knocked him out cold for a few seconds. That was surprising, honestly. I had Nicolau. I thought Nicolau would win this fight, but damn, what a knockout from Perez. Clearly, Nicolau's shin hasn't recovered yet. Yeah, that was a big upset and a big performance by Alex Perez. He was dominant from start to finish, honestly. And now he will definitely be ranked in the top 5. One win away from title shot. Maybe not. Maybe he will be the next one for the title shot. That was really big, and he justifies his place in the main event. I give this fight an 8 out of 10. Crazy, crazy finish, honestly. Now Perez took the mic, and yeah, his mic skills were alright, alright. He said nothing special. He had a lot of time. He could have called out someone. He could have screamed. No, he went the modest way, the boring way, but you can't expect every fighter to be good on the mic. So yeah, that was it. Honestly, this whole fight card, it delivered better than anyone expected. Honestly, that's my opinion. Especially the last fights carried it, the main card. I recommend rewatching some of the fights. I specifically pointed out those that you should rewatch. And yeah, please, if you like my content, like and subscribe, guys. It means a lot. I'll see you on the next video.